Alright, welcome back. This is AP 103 Lesson 3. In this lesson we're going to be studying ninth chords in the key of F. And we've already pretty much learned most of the ninth chords that we'll use in the key of F because you use a lot of the same ones in the key of C. So from Lesson 2 you're carrying on a lot of stuff, a lot of review you're going to notice here. A couple of new chords you want to notice here are B flat 9, and of course we make that just taking a B flat 7 and adding a B flat 2 with it, A flat, C, D, F. Okay? Go through, play your exercise song for that, exercise song 1. Exercise song 2, those are all the same chords we've already played. One thing we do want to mention is the G9 that has a circle next to it. Of course, remember that stands for open. So what that means is you're playing the G9 with the circle next to it like this, B, D, F, A, okay? You're not playing it in the closed position like we would normally, but we're playing it in the open position, where our hands a little bit more opened up, okay? And you use that, pretty much only use that inversion when we're playing on the 2 chord. We don't usually use it a whole lot of other places. So go ahead and play that exercise song as well. Practice that one. Couple more here. Let's see. We do have hardly any new chords here. G minor 9. Of course, you just take G minor 7, F, B flat, D, and add the 2. So F, A, B flat, D. Okay. Once again, remember this is the closed position. If you're going to play it at the open position, it'll be B flat, D, F, A. So your flatted 3rd, your 5, your flatted 7th, and your 9th's on top. Okay. And we'll use that chord a whole lot. We'll learn more about that also as time goes on. We'll go ahead and play that exercise song for you. Exercise song 3. Okay, that's pretty much it for that one. The major 9ths, not a whole lot of new ones here. B flat major 9 is our only new chord here as well, which is just a B flat major 7, A, D, F, and you add the C for your 2. Okay. The trick is you make a B flat major 9 by adding a B flat 2 to a B flat major 7. That's all it takes. Okay. We'll go ahead and play that exercise song for you also. Okay, so the trick here, just remember, of course, whenever you see the circle, be sure to play it open, and the rest of the time, just play it with the normal position in your hand. All right, let's go ahead and play There Is No Telling in the key of F using our 9ths. Alright, so a couple of things we did in There Is No Telling in the key of F, throwing some little extra runs there at the end. I tried to keep it not too crazy. I caught myself getting a little too crazy one time, and I had to kind of back it up a little bit there. So sorry about that. Basically, what we're kind of doing there, a lot of times we're just doing the walk downs in the left hand. Doing the octaves or just with one finger. Walk up, F, F sharp, G. That's just a little octave walk up in your right hand, little octave fill. Using the pentatonic scale, C, D, F. Same thing there, pentatonic scale, just like we learned in AP 102. You'll use that a lot with these 9 chords. You'll find little shortcut 9 is like a B flat D G, leaving out the 3rd. And one thing you'll hear a lot whenever you play a 9th is that little walk down there. It's a C E A B E flat A flat to B flat D G. You can use it on pretty much any 9th chord. For instance, if you're playing at F9, okay, you would use F A D. You're just walking down chromatically. E A flat D flat and E flat G C. So he'll heal your body. Pretty much use it on any 9 chord. Alright, so that's pretty much it right there. Also on that F, on I think it's the 5th line, you can do a little passing chord vamp there. About it for There's No Telling. I think that's pretty much everything we threw in there. Hopefully we didn't get too crazy on that one. Let's run over also In the Presence of Jehovah in the key of F. Alright, real fast little breakdown on In the Presence of Jehovah. So just a few of the things we're doing there. Pay close attention to the left hand that we're doing here. If you haven't figured out how to do the rolling bass line already. Okay, one thing you can do on major 9ths also, course, remember when you have a minor chord, like say for instance D minor, your passing chord is C. Okay, if you look at an F major 9, you take out the A, it's basically a C chord in the right hand with an F in the left hand. So what you can do there, your passing chord for C, one passing chord is a D minor. Okay, so what we're doing is we're just alternating C and D minor inversions going up the keyboard. Okay, so it's D minor, C, D minor, C, D minor. All right. Right there, that's just a little A, F, G, E, and then back to A, F, and then to A minor 7. Of course, I like to basically an A minor 7 is a C over A. Of course, any C chord, remember you can substitute a C2. That's basically what we're doing here. Then we're kind of just fooling around with the 1 and the 5 in the left hand. Kind of throwing in the 7th also. Okay. Really pretty chord, little fill you can do on minor ninths, like a D minor 9 for instance, E, F, C, E, F, C. And what I'm doing here is a little backwards fill. It's a C, G, E, I'm sorry, C, G, F, E, and then back up F, G, C. More later, but it's basically a B flat over C with an A at the end. And then you just change the A to B flat, and your left hand has a C and a G. We'll also be learning more about chord positions a little later as well. Alright, good deal. So that's a little breakdown on In the Presence of Jehovah. Hopefully that'll get you going, learning some new stuff there. Substitution rules for dominant ninths, in the key of F. They work just the same the way they do in any other key. You basically use a dominant ninth. You can substitute that whenever you're going from 1 to 4, 5 to 1. Anytime you have that that fourth progression, that fourth movement, where you're going from major chord to major chord. Okay, so for instance, if you look at an exercise song in the curriculum, F, F, B flat, F, D minor, G, C, C, F. When you're going from F to B flat, you can substitute the 9. Pretty much any place you can use a 7th, you can use a 9th is the rule. You're going from G to C, your 2 to your 5. You can use the G9, going to C. If you're going from C to F, or 5 to 1, you can use a C9 right before you go to the F. That's pretty much it for that. You can't change, generally you can't change minor chords into dominant ninths because you can't change a major into a minor. A dominant's basically a major-based chord. Alright, to form it, you start off making a major chord, not a minor. Substitution rules for minor ninths, you basically can substitute them anywhere that you could substitute a minor 7th. For the most part, your 3 chord is pretty much an exception on that. You don't want to try to substitute a minor ninth on your 3 chord. It just won't sound really good. In the right place, it'll sound good, but majority of the time, and for now, being in a beginner stage, it won't sound that great. If you look at the exercise song, and we'll look over this here in a second as well with the major ninths, was basically used anytime you have a major 7th. You can use a major ninth. When you look at the exercise song Surround Me, O Lord, which is just basically an F, A minor, B flat, C progression, you find that you can change the F, the first F, in the F major 9. Remember, a major 9 can be substituted anytime on your 1 or your 4 chord in a slow song. Okay, so the A minor can be substituted into an A minor 7. Your 3, you don't want to change it to a minor 9. B flat can be substituted and changed into a B flat major 9. And C can be turned into a C9 because you're about to go back to your 1 chord, and C is your 5 to 1. Okay, the D minor, which is your 6, you can change that into a D minor 9. Pretty much any minor chord you can change into a minor 9. Alright, so that's just a quick review on the ninth chords, where to substitute those. I know we went over all of that in lesson 2, but that'll help you at least do a quick review and how to understand it for the key of F. Be sure to play the last song in your study info once again, Surround Me, O Lord. Practice that, playing with all the ninths that we are substituting in there. Give you another example about how to use the ninths. And another review on that, I should say. Also, be sure to practice your songs in the presence of Jehovah, and there is no telling with the practice tracks that have the full live band on there. So that will really help you out with being able to get the real in-church feel. That's what it's really all about. Okay, so God bless, and we'll see you back here shortly for lesson 4.